Are we doing this? We're doing this!
No.
Hi!
No, I'm on strike.
Why are you here then?
I feel if Hollywood writers can go on strike, that I can go on strike. Because I'm kind of a Hollywood writer.
Are you?
I mean, what is this if not theater?
This is real life.
This is real life? Oh, damn, man. I thought I had it. Venti, what's going on? Tim!
Sorry to burst your proverbial bubble.
Well. Nothing new. Nothing new.
What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday.
Now I'm depressed.
It's hump day.
Now I'm depressed. I can't go on strike because this is real life.
I mean,
damn it.
Real life people go on strike all the time.
Well, then I'm back on strike.
Strike. What's up, Paint Liquor? Venti? Tim? What's going on? What?
You just said you're on strike too.
I didn't say I was on strike. I was just announcing the term strike into the universe. It was for you. It was for your benefit.
Gladiator, what's going on?
Gladiator, hello. Pardon my optimism and happiness today.
Oh, God, here we go. More optimism.
Look, Jordan, who is
more
back
happy
from being
Jordan,
sick, is a happy Jordan. Okay.
More happy Jordan guy.
It's a great start. You are correct. Excitement is palpable in here.
Strike that from the record. Have that be stricken. Smite that from the record. Jordan, Mr. Happy Bones over here.
Yep.
Jeez.
Pardon my excitement.
Gosh almighty.
It's great. Excitement of being here, hanging out with chat, painting miniatures. It's a pretty good place to be.
Notice how he's never excited to hang out with me.
I hang out with you all the time. Like literally every day.
Mr. Predictable, what's going on? This is the Death Knight from Journeyman Miniatures, which you can buy on monumenthobbies.com.
They're available right now.
Yes, we have done a lot of work on him. Now, more work on him.
More work.
I'm gonna top off my swill water over here, as I do. As I tend to. I don't wash my paint cup, I just keep refilling it with water as it evaporates.
That's gross.
Well,
You should do less of that.
but I mean, it makes my project base kind of a neat blue-gray over here, which is interesting.
Oh. That's just gross.
He said, nope. He said, nope. But it does, and it is. So.
I mean, no.
But is it really?
I mean what I said, and I said no.
But is it really?
Alright, what color should these clubs be?
Purple.
What are we feeling? Huh?
Purple.
Purple?
Yeah.
What about jade?
Purple.
Purple? Purple? Let's see how...
What do you got against purple?
I think it would look as good. I mean, I get where you're coming from.
I don't understand.
Alright. Let's paint some gold, everybody. Gold. We're painting some gold today. Using our patented rich gold recipe.
Patented. Careful. People are going to want to see those patents.
I mean, it's a universal patent. Everybody can use it. That's not what that means. But
it's also not how that works. But
that's it is not how that works. But you know what?
I love the idea of a universal patent that is free for all.
Yep.
Hence, not a patent.
Yes, which inherently means that it's not patented.
That's called public domain.
All right. Everybody can enjoy our public domain recipe then.
But it's not.
Gold.
This is our exclusive, private gold recipe.
Remember, this is rich gold, transparent brown, a little bit of water, down just a touch, full brown gold, rich color. We're gonna paint a whole bunch of gold. Let's do it.
I have mixed up a sludge of
Sludge?
red gray and warm brown. That's what I'm gonna do the first textured layer on this leather. See if we can't get a kind of a reddish brown going here that I'm happy with. I have not been happy with the reddish browns so far because the red kind of looks a little too crazy next to the gold that we've created. Don't want to do that much if I can avoid it. Don't want it to be too red.
Move this so that would be sad. Knocking things over, not so great. And I'm impressed I managed to finish that sandwich in time.
You rushed. I told you not to rush.
Oh, I enjoyed it. To be honest, I don't think I'm going to get that size sandwich anymore. I'm going to size down.
Gladiator, yeah, soon. I know it's a horrible answer on the brushes. But we are hoping in the next few weeks it is intended to be here at the beginning of June, but I don't have a good answer for you. So
just base coat things. Actually, what I should be starting with is all the basing material. That's going to take forever to dry. So we're going to start with that first. These guys are going to get a little bit of use tonight.
uh-oh.
They're going to...
That's right, you're playing Christopher.
They're going to slay some zombies. I hope.
So he thinks.
I said I hope.
Oh, they will. Zombies die. That's their whole like intent.
Yeah.
And purpose.
Gum up the works.
Chaff for the chaff god. tar for the tar throne. All right. Like that. Now let's see what we can do with
What are your plans for this fine gentleman in gold armor today?
Well, I'm working on the leather.
Okay.
See where we get. I need to find something that I enjoy color-wise with the leather.
Is anybody else working on anything fun right now? Anybody painting in chat while they're watching the stream? Rancid Vomit, thank you for the sub. 34 months.
Well,
welcome
huzzah,
back.
Huzzah. I'll just throw back
Huzzah,
my legs
huzzah.
and pollute my britches
Rancid,
with
what's
delight.
going on?
Pollute thine britches with delight.
Good to see you, man. How you been? How's the family? Rancid is a local.
Oh, cool.
He doesn't come hang out with us anymore.
Oh, dang. Deep cuts. Gauntlet Throne.
He actually comes by, and every time he comes by, I'm like either in the stream or not here.
That's pretty funny. You're here like all the time.
Feels like it.
Like actually like all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's rare that I'm not here. It does happen, but not very often. I am doing very scribbly textured lines on here as I go brighter and brighter to start building up texture as beat up leather will have. I'll zoom in once I get more on here so you can see. It's a refreshing way to paint when you don't have to have your blends be tight. Kind of smack color around. It is a little tougher to make sure you dial all your color in just where you need it as you're highlighting and such, so you got to be a little careful. The lines and dots are the goal right now. One of the hardest things to teach yourself is how to paint messy. Once you've been trained
to paint clean.
to paint clean, right? You're doing clean blends and smooth everything, and then all of a sudden it's like, go to town, finger paint. You're like, wait a minute. Brain no computing. Not the way it's supposed to work. Gotta let loose. Find your inner 3-year-old again. Well, not quite. Because we do have to keep some semblance of regularity and form to our light source, but
Oh man, I think I got bit by a nasty bug.
when? Just now?
Yeah, my ankle is real feeling it right now.
Like, just now in the studio?
Not in the studio. I think maybe right before.
What?
Like, yeah. I don't know. Is that not so comfortable?
that a Jar Jar Binks reference?
Maybe?
We don't do those
on
here.
accident?
We don't do those here.
Unintentional.
This is not that kind of an establishment.
Hey, look, that movie was definitely the best of all.
Excuse me? We cannot be friends.
Of course we can.
That even affects like the ability to be even friendly.
I don't actually think that, for clarity's sake.
I don't know, chat. Or do we believe him? Is he just trying to get out of this hole he's dug for himself?
That movie actually makes 0 sense. None of the things in that movie make any sense.
What happened to Toe Shoes Johnson? What are we talking about? Toe Shoes Johnson? Excuse me? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Randy said, so stop being busy when I come over. I'll come over more. Bastard.
Just painting bases. Just painting bases. Just painting bases. The beginning of stream.
Chat, I apologize. Whatever bit Jordan affected his
Cognitive skills.
his brain to mouth coordination. Is that a thing?
Definitely got a little big angry welt on my ankle.
You banging on something?
No, it's like itchy and scratchy.
What the hell bit you?
I have no idea. Not painful yet. A little less itchy than it was before, but definitely not right. Oh, it might have just been like a mosquito. I don't know. We even have mosquitoes around here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's mosquitoes. There's skeeters in Arizona. Not like the state bird or anything, but
I can't.
That's the one problem with Arizona having when you have a little bit of a cooler summer, is it doesn't get rid of the bugs as well.
Yeah.
You would think it would, because you'd think that, oh, it means that the birds don't split, so the birds sticking around longer would mean that bugs would get destroyed. But like last night, one thing that we've never seen in our house in all the years we've lived in it is like a migration of flying cockroaches. And like last night in the yard were all these freaking cockroaches.
What the heck?
We never have cockroaches in our house. I was like, what the heck is going on here? I walked outside with a dog and I was like, nope. We're moving. Me and cockroaches don't get along. Stomped on like 3 of them. The dog was like, what's wrong with you, Dad?
Dealing with the infestation.
Like killing the advanced scouts.
Can't let them get a foothold.
Yeah. The Tyrannid Menace.
That Tyrannid Menace is gonna...
Well, you're doomed. You got bit, so...
I did get bit.
Say goodnight, Jordan. Cornflakes. Corn dogs for your birthday? What are you talking about? I am a good loyalist boy.
Me too.
He lies a lot.
Isn't that just all of us around here?
I mean,
Oh,
I'm
we're
the
all
king
a
of
bunch of
liars,
liars.
but I am not lying when I say that I am a good loyalist boy.
I think that anytime anybody says that they're the king of the liars, you should never
Except
listen
for right
to
now.
anything that they ever say ever.
I lie all the time except for right this minute. Trust me. Part of that seems illegitimate. This is what we're doing. Lots of scritchy scritch textures. I can leave it zoomed in like that. I just remember not to move the model. Last but not least, I've been slowly building up the red-gray into the warm brown. This last one will just be red-gray by itself. I'm really liking that look.
Gray is awesome.
Plays well with browns, but it also plays well with neutral colors. All sorts of crazy stuff with it. Actually not bright enough to really do this layer with, I don't think, so I may not continue this.
Decided to pick up some Shatterpoint this weekend.
Oh, is it releasing this weekend?
It is releasing on Friday.
Everybody's been asking me, so you gonna play? I'm like, nope. Y'all look at me like I'm a bad person.
I don't think you're a bad person. You're entitled to your opinions on what you like and don't like. And it is okay for us to have differing opinions on that.
I'm excited for the game to do well.
Sure, it will definitely do that. Generally, they're pretty good at making good games. In my experience. I'm a little biased, of course, because a lot of them are mine. Bias is strong. Probably buy things that friends make because
What's your friends?
my friends. But I like painting Star Wars models. They're pretty cool. I like that they're a little bit more like cartoony this time around. I think it makes for a nice, interesting change. They're also a little bit larger, which I always like. It'll be interesting. It's funny because like some of the models that I'm the most interested to paint are actually like the clone troopers.
Which are just the repetitive.
Yeah, but I think because there's so few of them, you can make them really unique and have their own sort of character through having like weathering and stuff like that. You don't have to paint, 20 of them. You paint 2 or 4.
Jen's like, I don't like all the flying things in our yard. We have birds, grasshoppers, cockroaches. It's too much. It really is. I don't understand what's going on, but maybe it's not for me to understand. You get some what is this called? Smoothie ASMR as I slurp the rest of my smoothie. I need to take a break. I need to go rinse this out or Jen's going to kill me. I'll be right back.
What's up, chat? Birds, grasshoppers, and now cockroaches? Well, don't worry, Jen, because you guys are not going to be there for much longer. Songer, what's up? How's it going, Source? Getting the fun part of all of this done. All the basing texture. Yay! Bad paint done worse. Just went to grab a go bag as I realized it would be perfect for running between classes at Nova, but you're sold out. So a few questions. 1. What gives you the right? Who do you think you are? Where can I file my complaint? It's a 2 gig text file. Well, okay, well, so first things first. What gives me the right? Well, if you're gonna complain, you gotta complain to all the people who bought them. Because we done sold them all to people. Number 2. Who do I think I am? My name is Baby J. That is who I am. This is Soul Fuse, also known as Jason. Where can you file your complaint? With this man right here.
What I do now?
You're going to get a 2 gig text file complaint about the fact that they're out of go bags.
Oh, bad paint went nowhere since. I just went to grab a go bag as I realized it would be perfect for running between classes at Nova, but you're sold out. So a few questions. What gives you the right? Who do you think you are? And where can I file my complaint? It's a 2 gig text file. Holy crap. I'm not interested in your 2 gig complaint.
Oh, dang.
Not. I'm just not.
Well, if you send it to me, I'll print it out and I'll put it on his desk for him.
No,
or staple it to the walls.
Yeah, no, he won't. He'll staple it to the walls. Like all the walls.
Yes.
Just like be papers.
The walls will just be covered with
no order, just papers.
Yep. They won't be in order.
We should have more go bags in a couple of weeks. So do not fret.
Sounds like you'll have enough time to get one before Nova.
Yeah, do not fret. You should
Nova's
have some time to grab
few
one.
months away.
No big deal. I maybe want some burnt orange, dark orange flesh, maybe.
Built some models last night. That was fun. Haven't done that in a little bit.
Source does. As usual, it's the customer's fault. I don't think anything around here is ever the customer's fault, is it? There's probably something that's the customer's fault.
Forgot to order something?
Oh, yeah. See, that is not my fault.
Yeah.
We have literally been running those ads now for months. It's like, we are blown away, though, at the community response for the Go Bag. It's been amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, absolutely freaking amazing.
Well, it's glad to hear that you guys love them as much as we do. Those things are awesome.
Yeah, we had to stop the ads. We had to talk to the marketing firm and be like, "Hey, you guys got to stop running the ads for the Go Bag
because
they bought them all."
Y'all bought them all already. And the marketing team's like, "Well, our work here is done." Well, that's great news.
Yeah, we sold out of them a few weeks ahead of schedule. Well, I mean, a lot of weeks ahead of schedule. But once we knew that everybody loved them, we immediately started producing another round.
And especially after Adepticon, it was amazing how many.
LVO is when we knew, right?
Yeah, but we brought a ton to Adepticon, and we blew through them in like a day and a half.
Yeah. Yep. People like Go Bag. Turns out, it's a great solution, whether at home or on the go.
That's why I got mine. So I can paint at home. All right, we got basic material on these bad boys. Now it's time to put some color on them.
For the Journeyman miniature models, it says gaming scale. What is that, roughly? 28, 32, 40. If you read, each of the gaming scales will tell its height from top of the model to the base. Each of them is a little bit different. They're basically like 32 mil-ish, but, you know, they're all different models, like the Minotaur and the Wolves are a little bit different as far as their sizing goes, just because of the, you know, the type of creature that it is. But they each, I believe, say on the description how big they are. Just need to click and read. I just don't remember off the top of my head, but they're all kind of in that 32 mil range. I think the Minotaur may be like 50 mil to the top of the head or something like that, but you gotta remember, like, millimeter scale is rough for people to follow because the way that's meant to read is from the foot to the eye. Bottom of foot to eye line is the, when you hear like 28 millimeter models, it's 28 millimeters from the bottom of the foot to where their eyes are, and then depending on if they have a helmet or arms raised up in the air, gives you the scale of the model, like size-wise, like actual size. So gaming scale is kind of a term that Journeyman uses and that a lot of us use for regards to just things that are in that smaller. You can use them in games, but they might be considered heavy infantry or, you know...
Yeah, they might be like plus or minus a slight scale jump from the game that you're playing, but will generally be compatible.
Yeah, but all of the gaming scale miniatures are really good for like your D&D campaigns, your fantasy games, things like that.
Great for D&D characters. I hadn't even thought about that.
Boy, that burnt orange really works well.
Oh, in the cracks?
Yeah. My plan is to go over all of it with brown transparent, but I don't know. We'll see what happens when I get to that point. I'm leaving a lot of water on my brush so that this orange is not super opaque because I don't really want to see every dot. I just kind of want to be able to push it into the midtones right at that line where I've got like shadow and highlight joining together. Give me a little bit more variation.
I'm throwing down some jade on these weapons and shields. Give them a little bit more color. My army's already pretty colorful, so I wanted to add some nice bright punch to the models. Means I might push the orange highlights on the skin a little bit more, so we get a nice complementary color with this teal.
Yeah, Asgard is great. All of the wolves are amazing. Paul Bonner's stuff from the Confrontation era will withstand the test of time. It's just fantastic stuff.
Great concepts. Great miniature design.
Yeah, his concept art gets copied all the time by modern games and designers, so yeah. That's when you know you've got something good. Right now, Journeyman is focused on the Court of the Abyss, which is the Mid-Nor stuff from Confrontation. So they've got the Court of the Abyss models coming out, which are like the chess pieces, right? The rook,
That'll be really fun.
And the king and queen. Neat stuff. They're basically sculpting a recreation in multiple models that you can put together as a diorama, kind of like with the hunting pack or the howling pack of the Midnor royalty. I like that orange. That's good. I gotta think about. You kind of want to dot in a little bit of dark warm flesh. I know it's going to give it kind of a rusty feel now that I've done the orange, but I kind of like that. I think like a rusty backdrop for the leather. Then we'll go in and we'll do the top scritches with something like dark ivory to get all of the final edge detail and scratches on it. Just keep using these as coloring. Right, so this is going to be fairly thin like that with the yellow. And now this needs to go kind of right at that spot before our highlights. So kind of right where I had that orange and it hits the red gray. I kind of want to go right in between those as my starting point. See how I like it.
Like how this teal is looking with these guys. Cool. Get this banner nice and teal as well.
Lion, what's going on?
Lion.
Wad, what's going on?
What's up, Wad Tomato? Welcome. Hope you're all having a wonderful afternoon. I know Jason's having a fantastic day, as am I.
Are you presuming my day? The status of my day, sir?
Oh, heck yeah. I certainly am. Not only am I presuming, I'm
Bold
ensuring.
move, Cotton.
I am ensuring the quality of your day. Hey, look, it's post-birthday day, okay? So you gotta have 2 in a row.
Very presumptuous.
We can bring everybody back in here to sing a happy birthday again if you'd like.
Very presumptuous of you.
I can't wish my my good friend over here to have a nice day.
Very presumptuous of you. No, you didn't wish me a happy day. You said I was having a happy day.
It's my optimism.
This is your optimism.
My optimism at work, right?
I have a great day every day.
Yeah, exactly. See, I told you. You were having a good day. Whether you like it or not.
See, yeah, that's the thing, right? Is that when you're told you're having a good day, it's like, wait a minute, what if I decided that my day was not good? I feel like now I don't have that option.
Nope. No options for that. Those options do not compute. Monologuing, how's it going? Good afternoon. Yes, my birthday is in fact every month. As we figured out some time ago with Jen.
That's exactly right? I forgot that he has a birthday every month. So he's very practiced in this whole thing.
Yep.
He's happy every day.
I mean, it's because I know that a birthday is just less than 30 days away.
We had a viewer once that didn't want anybody to know his real birthday, and so we circumvented his security and found out what his real birthday and real name were and outed him on stream. It was all in jest, and he had fun with it. But we respect everyone's privacy, except for his.
Jeez. Sure, that's a thing you want to admit. Not a thing I'm sure I want you to admit.
It was a lot of fun. It was JP Gray, for those that remember. Waddy. Waddy's new. I'll take it. Internet names.
Nope.
Never safe.
You are always just Tomato N.
Wad Tomato
N.
N. That was because of you, right?
Yeah.
I think you got the Wad Tomato N thing
Yep.
going.
Oh yeah. I did. There is no Wad Tomaton here. Only Wad Tomatoes. Which is, I think we can all agree, a much better name.
Oof. Oh.
As a purveyor of fine tomatoes, I can attest to
Wait a minute. When did
the
this
high
happen?
quality of tomato jokes and names.
How did this happen? When did you become a purveyor of fine tomatoes? Is this something you're not telling me? Are you moonlighting as a tomato vendor?
Yep.
Damn it.
Look, I'm not stuck here all day, so I gotta have something else to do. What am I gonna do? Play Digimon?
Jen, we need to change Jordan's hours. Jordan now has to be here all day. Because we cannot allow him
To be a purveyor of fine
to
tomatoes.
purvey fine tomatoes. I
Oh,
don't feel like
my.
that works at all. That isn't on brand.
Speaking of foodstuffs, don't forget we're doing a potluck week from Friday.
I've not been alerted to this. I'm not partaking.
What? You're not partaking?
I mean, I don't know. What's going on?
Why not? The whole office is baking up goodies to share with the class. / making dinner. Delightful morsels of delightment.
Oh, yes. Class. Dark warm flesh.
He's ignoring me, chat.
Yes.
We've
No,
moved
I mean,
to the
no, I would
phase
never
of
do that.
ignoring.
I would never ignore you.
Well, I think we can both agree that
I'm gonna eat Funyuns.
would.
I nearly went and got a bag of Funyuns when I went and washed out my
still have chili cheese.
glass.
Fritos.
Well, yeah, but that's a big bag. I don't want to use the big bag. I have small bags of Funyuns. So I was gonna go grab a small bag of Funyuns. Tim knows me too well. It's like I'm afraid because I'm not used to the fact that you got me that bag of chili cheese Fritos. I'm not used to the fact that I can eat chili cheese Fritos like whenever I want, because normally it's like you treat them like gold. It's like, wait a minute,
Yep.
that could be the last of the chili cheese Fritos.
I almost went overboard and got you a crap load of chili cheese burritos for your birthday.
I don't know that number exists.
Jacob and I were kind of joking about it.
Go buy a truckload.
Yeah, or we were gonna buy you like a couple of bags, and then we were gonna empty out one of the bags and replace it with like not chips and reseal it, and wait for you to open it up. Be like, why the heck is there not chips in this?
What would you put in a bag of chips that would be not chips?
That's a great question. We didn't think deep enough to find out.
We're doing some beat up leather here, folks. I'm liking this a lot better, though. This is finally starting to chart with me. And it's the dark, warm flesh that's doing it. Combo of the dark, warm flesh and the burnt orange makes it. I like it.
Oh, Mountain Dew Code Red. Not my favorite of all the Mountain Dews, but it is quite delightful. I think my favorite might be the one of the lemon-based ones that they released more recently.
What?
Yeah, they have like a new flavor of Mountain Dew, or a couple of new flavors of Mountain Dew, and they're pretty interesting flavors.
So Jen came into my office the other day and she was like, "Why are you drinking Mountain Dew?" And I was having a Mountain Dew. And I was like, "Wow, this is like my childhood in a can. Like I remember this, and that taste of just regular Mountain Dew." But I've also like people have had like in the past like Code Red. I think Code Red was one of the first flavors they came out with. And and I was like, "No, Mountain Dew doesn't need flavors. It's just Mountain Dew."
And I do have to admit, Baja Blast is pretty incredible.
Never tried it. Carter likes it.
Really? You've never had it when?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't drink a
Bell?
lot of soda, and it's just kind of on a whim when I'll have one, like with Taco Bell that we got the other day, or like I really like Mexican and Chinese food with a soda. I don't know why.
Yeah, Mexican food for sure for me. Chinese food, so much. Pizza, usually I have a soda with. Like a pizza and soda sort of thing for me.
Pitch Black live. Are these like soda flavors? That's just nonsense.
I remember Livewire. It was alright. It was kind of like a crappy Mountain Dew.
Oh, is it another type of soda entirely?
Yeah.
Like another brand?
Voltage was the one that I really liked. That is no longer something that. No. Lumberjack. Coca-Cola is the premier drink that you have when you're eating Mexican.
I would have to agree. I think if you're eating Mexican food, it's got to be Coke.
Yep.
I don't know why, but I would agree with that. I feel like that's right.
I hate to break it to you, Tim. I don't want to ever hear you say I don't know Mexican food again.
You don't know Mexican food, Tim.
Oh!
Just because they sell
Throwing down.
Jarritos in the Mexican restaurant does not mean that that's what you drink with Mexican food. That's how they identify the gringos. Now, getting like a nice big like horchata.
Ooh, yum.
It's hard because it's almost like a meal in and of itself, though, is the problem, right?
Oh my gosh, have you ever had a horchata latte?
No.
Oh.
But I can imagine it. So.
Oh. There was a place in Tacoma back home where it was just like this little hole in the wall Mexican joint. It wasn't like super traditional or anything, but they had like horchata lattes.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, they were amazing. They were super, super, super good. I wish I could find a place around here that did that.
There's bound to be one.
Might Google that later on today. Got a latte. Definitely a delightful treat.
Chili cheese, Fritos, and Funyuns. All you need is some Mountain Dew. Oh, I didn't understand. That was the diabetic nerd death you were talking about. You don't eat them together. I mean, I guess you could.
What together?
All the chips, right?
Why not?
I mean, I guess you could.
Just dump them into a bag together, and you get a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
I mean, I feel like you don't have to try your hardest to do all of it at once, right? I mean, there's a way to enjoy life where you just kind of partake in a thing, and you're like, yeah, this is great, but I don't need all of it right now. I've never been a big fan of buffets. Like, I don't go to a restaurant so I can eat all the food.
Yeah, I've never been a buffet guy.
Now, that's some beat up leather. I gotta make sure I don't go too overboard, but I'm digging that.
I mean, he's like an undead guy.
Yeah.
He is fairly well put together, though.
Yeah, his armor's not all beat up, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a whole lot of... All of the nicks and dings in the armor I've done by paint. Like, all this stuff up on the belt doesn't exist. I did that by
But
paint.
the armor can be old and still be clean.
The leather's not something you can just clean up, though.
That is correct. Leather will wear,
yeah,
and it will age.
all you can do is oil it.
Correct.
It will just kind of still...
It will still age as it gets older. I mean, that sounds like something really stupid to say, because it's the same thing. But, you know what I mean? It will show the signs of age regardless of how much you take care of it. It will just hold up better for a longer period of time. If you do. Dinos. When I was young and ate like a horse. Okay, I thought you said when I was young and ate a horse.
I mean...
Tim, what are you doing eating horses?
You eat it all so that nobody has any evidence.
Those buffets were a lot more with the money. Now I eat 3 plates and I don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth. Yes. The only buffet that I ever did that I felt like it was a great deal were all you could eat sushi buffets. There was one specifically that I really enjoyed. And specifically because this is not one of those buffets where they have like the trays out, right? That they just leave out there that have sushi on them.
Right.
You actually sit down at a bar.
Yep.
And they make every roll to order. And you can just order as much as you want for one price.
Yep.
It's fantastic. If you're ever up in the Pacific Northwest and you're in the mood for a lot of sushi, go to Trappers. It's a fantastic experience. You will not regret it. Order a Mount Rainier. You will also not regret it. It is very Americanized sushi, though. They got fancy sauces and fancy stuff going on, but it is good quality sushi and it is tasty. They also do sashimi and nigiri too, so if you want to get a little bit more traditional with it, they can hook you up. But their standard rolls are all kind of... When was the last time you were up in the Pacific Northwest?
Me?
Yeah, I know you've been there before.
I would have to defer to Jen. We haven't traveled up there a lot. I think the last time we went was when we were thinking about moving Monument Hobbies up to Seattle.
That sounds right. I remember you guys talking to me about that a while back.
Yeah, before we got the our first office going, we thought long and hard about moving the business to another city if we were going to have to do that. And her first choice was the Pacific Northwest, so we went up and looked at Seattle and the surrounding area, and it was just unattainable price-wise.
It's ridiculously expensive.
For any kind of size, you're just out of your mind for rent.
It is not cost-effective to run a small business in Washington.
Pretty much anywhere along the West Coast, you're screwed. They don't think about small business as a thing. But yeah, so I think that was the last time we went, though. Can't think. I haven't gone up there for business, I don't think.
I'm excited to go back and visit. It'll be fun. They go do a bunch of stuff, visit a lot of people. Never gonna have enough time.
I think that's the thing, right? Is now that you don't live there, it'll be like, it'll go by too fast.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Luckily, I'm not gonna go there to sightsee, right? So the plan is just to, like, hang out with people and visit and...
Yeah, exactly.
Go to food places that I don't have an opportunity to go to, because... Here.
All the stuff you miss.
Go to little hole-in-the-wall teriyaki restaurants. Which is a thing in Seattle, for those of you who do not know. Chicken teriyaki is like... I would say it is almost like Philly cheesesteak is in Philly. It's not quite as, like, well-known, but it is a thing that is on every darn street corner. It's crazy. And there are specifically restaurants that serve chicken teriyaki as, like, the core dish.
Very odd.
Yeah. Really good. It's like it's your perfect, like, working lunch. Because it's filling. It gives you energy for the day. Like, not healthy, but it's not the worst thing. I mean, it's not great. Seattle is definitely not about the chowder. There is very good chowder to be had, but I would not say that, like, chowder is a thing that is specific to Washington. Like, there's no Seattle chowder, right? But chicken teriyaki restaurants are definitely a Washington thing. Like, tons of coffee stands and coffee stuff is definitely a Washington thing. We like our coffee. A lot. What's up with the hot dogs with sour cream on them? What's wrong with putting sour cream on stuff? The answer is nothing.
Get them started.
Oh, sour cream?
Sour cream lovers.
I love sour cream. Sour cream is great. It's a refreshing boost to your meal. That's weird. Tim. Amazing how different and diverse the like state to state culture differences are in the United States. It's pretty wild how different a lot of states are.
I mean, it shouldn't be. The cultures are super different in Europe.
Yeah, but it's a thing that you don't think about as much because it's, you know, it's one country.
States are much bigger, much further apart, much different in climate. A lot of people forget that.
Correct.
The big problem is that people think of states as not being countries.
Yes.
Because they don't understand. They think states are just like cities or something.
They kind of are.
No, states are countries.
Yeah.
And so you have all these, you have 50 different countries in a union here, and people forget when you start talking about it like that. It's like, oh yeah, of course they're going to be different in Washington than they are in other parts, because we just think of America, you know, It's like,
America.
it worked that way. But yeah, there's all sorts of neat things, you know, cultural differences state to state, dialects, food.
Yeah, the dialects are wildly different. Some are very similar.
Like that more.
Being from Chicago, there is only one way to eat a hot dog. What is the Chicago standard?
Shoving it in your face.
Well,
Oh, wait.
yes.
Like, unless I'm missing something, there's only one way to eat a lot of food. I mean, I guess you could choose to fold your pizza up.
I mean, folding pizza up is a good plan when it's large enough that it needs to be done.
Big
Then-
sloppy New York or Philly street pizza.
Yeah.
I say street pizza and it makes me gag. I'm like, I don't want pizza off the street. It's like couch pizza.
I have to admit, frozen pizza is pretty solid these days. DiGiorno's figuring it out.
Think?
Yeah. I enjoy myself a DiGiorno pizza from time to time.
Funny because I grew up with stuff like the Stouffer's French bread pizzas.
So interesting.
I think were the most prevalent, and then like think they was like Totino's or something. I don't remember what they're called.
Still around.
They're like the super cheap, flat.
Yeah, it's like Tombstone now.
Red Baron,
is that? Red
Tombstone.
Baron's that. Yeah. DiGiorno's definitely like a step above the Red Barons and the Tombstones.
They were the first to do like rising crust pizza or something for at home. I think we're gonna do pizza like frozen pizza style. I think there's a place that it's like a restaurant where you go and get it, you cook it yourself.
Papa
What's the place
Murphy's. Papa Murphy's.
Papa Murphy's.
That place is great.
I've never done that. I don't think. Maybe
Really?
I have. Like I think maybe Carter and my sister probably did it a couple times when I was over at their house, but I don't remember it. You know.
Unironically, aside from Barrows, which is the best like fast food pizza I've ever had, it destroys every chain restaurant that I've been. Whatchamacallit, Papa Murphy's is the best pizza.
Well, that's saying something, huh?
Yeah, it's really good. It's a little bit more effort, but it is substantially better in quality. It's also got like a density that I really enjoy. It's like a lot of time when you get a pizza, it's just kind of like flat, and there's not a lot of like eatiness to the pizza, if that makes sense.
No.
No, doesn't make sense.
No.
The dough's thicker. They put more cheese on it. The toppings feel more fulfilling. It's just when you have a slice of pizza, it's more filling than it would be if you had like a standard slice of like Papa John's.
Tim says it's pronounced chowder. Here in Boston, the chowder. Alright, that's the base for the leather. Liking that. Surcoat. Feel like that goes pretty well with the gold. I layered just a little bit more of the burnt orange over right there at the end instead of using the transparent brown. So I'm happy with that. There still needs to be a little bit more highlight done to it, but I'm going to hold off on doing that until we figure out the cloak and such.
You're moving along on that model today. See it.
Did the inside in the purple, the outside in green, with the idea that it could be kind of, you know, a woolen texture almost, like a heavy wool cloak, with like a satin interior. But I don't know if I want to do a shiny satin interior, silk interior. The whole thing's, the sculpt is very smooth. I can do whatever I want, but again, it's I don't know how much effort I want to put in because you can't see the back of the cloak at all. Like you can see that right there is the only part of the back color of the cloak except what comes up over his shoulders. Not sure what I want to do there. So I'm going to paint a little bit of the cup. The goblet I was thinking about doing in silver.
Gauntlet or the goblet?
Goblet.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Right? Because obviously we got too much bronzy gold. Thinking a better way to do that would be silver. Everybody's week has started off all right. If you're in the States, you've had a short week, hopefully. Well, some of you probably had to work on Monday. Somebody's got to hold the fort down while the rest of us goof off.
I did a lot of goofing off. Especially on Monday. Whole lot of nothing being done. Great.
Good sometimes to just have a day of nothing.
Yep. Sometimes you just need it.
Start with some Payne's gray layered over the black. I'm not worried about how thin or not thin. If I wind up with some black showing through, that's fine. I want to start shifting the color into more of a blue range to set up the silver in a way that is very counter from the gold that we've done.
Lots of trim to paint today, chat. Lots of trim. Lots of trim.
Have you ever been to McGurky's Sandwich Shop at 15th and Thomas, or Hamburger Works, which is right across the street? 15th and Thomas Songer, 15th Ave, 15th Street.
I've been over there. I've not had this restaurant you speak of.
15th Ave and Thomas.
Oh, okay. Haven't been that way.
That's right over by our new house. We're at 17th and Thomas.
Oh, so you're on the east side now?
The west side. We're on the east side right now.
Thank you. Yeah.
I can't visualize 15th and Thomas. Kind of a
I don't think I've ever been over there.
blown out area. I can't visualize 15th and Thomas intersection. Both those places have been around 40-ish years, a staple of your bi-weekly rotation of food. Oh, awesome. Phoenix College. Northeast. Okay, this I know. I can't visualize what else is on that intersection. Along Thomas, you only ever think of 7th Ave. Anything past 7th Ave on Thomas going towards 19th is largely irrelevant in my remembering. Like my what gets memory. But I'll have to go check it out. If you recommend them, we will go check them out. Like I said, Jen and I just got the keys to the new house, and it is right there at 17th and Thomas. So
Driving past it on your way home every day.
No, because we'll go down Osborne.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
From the office. To and from the office, Thomas won't be on the map very often. But we can see Thomas from our front yard. So grew up in that hood when you were younger? The hood? Not really a hood, but I get it. Like a crazy part of town over there. 19th Ave is a big thoroughfare that goes through to downtown, and I call it the convention center, but I think it's called the fairgrounds. Then I'll pipe in. So that whole area is a lot easier for us to get to now. Okay, I don't think I want to do this with white blue. I think I want to do this with maybe pale yellow? Question mark?
The highlights for the goblet? I'd do white blue.
See the golf course then? Yeah, from our house, you look south and you see the golf course there. Because we're at 17th, right? And like 2 or 3 blocks north of Thomas, between Osborne and Thomas there. Yeah, it's a cool area for sure. We love this whole central Phoenix area though. I don't think there's a bad spot down here that, as far as like, obviously commuting, we love it because we're super close to the office. But restaurants, community, shopping, business, anything you need and want to do is like right here. When I met Jen, she lived out in Gilbert, and Gilbert's just a pretty generic suburb. Not bad by any means. Just kind of uneventful. It's just kind of a suburb. It's everywheresville.
Man, I remember the place that I rented out with Hayden and a bunch of friends of mine in Washington. It was just like the most ridiculous space we'd ever lived in.
Neat?
Huh?
Was it neat? Is that what you're saying?
It was like in the middle of suburbia.
Oh.
In Washington.
Gotcha.
It was like so deep in the suburbs, like cul-de-sac suburb type thing.
Sure.
That it was like 10 minutes to get to a grocery store.
Oh wow!
Because you had to like weave out of all
neighborhoods galore, right?
Oh,
yeah,
it
like,
was
to think of it. I always forget
crazy.
about that kind of stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
Jen's old neighborhood was easy to get out of and get to the freeway. And like in Gilbert here, you know, that area, the downtown area, they tried to and I did a very good job. Not tried. They revitalized it and you know brought some cool restaurants and a cool hangout. But because it was so new and fresh in the suburbs to do that, it was like you couldn't go, right? You could never get a table. You couldn't get. The line was ridiculous. It was like ugh. So moving out here is perfect because you know you can get pretty much everywhere unless you're going to like a restaurant that is very tourist trappy. For my birthday on Monday when we were off Memorial Day, my birthday was yesterday, but on Memorial Day we went to Lolo's Chicken and Waffles. And of course, Lolo's is kind of a touristy spot, known as a place you go to when in Phoenix. So it was like an hour wait, you know. Like,
I have never heard of this place.
Lolo's Chicken and Waffles. Now you have. We've talked about it before.
Actually, you have talked about it.
Yeah, we've talked about it before with you because it's part of the White family, Mrs. White's, which is great Southern food if you want traditional Southern food. And it's a super famous spot, like all the presidents have eaten there kind of place, and it's like a total hole in the wall. I don't think they've ever changed it. Got like cafeteria style tables, you know, it's like just nothing to write home about, but amazing Southern food. One of the few places you can get a good chicken fried steak, actually. But their family did Lolo's Chicken and Waffles, which is really awesome. And it's one of those places very hard to get into. There's a lot of locations now, and they're all hard to get into if you go like on the weekend. I think Lolo's is like a Tuesday night spot, if you're smart.
You go in the middle of the week.
Yeah, if you're smart, I think you go to Lolo's at like Tuesday night, probably. They put in a. Did they put it? I feel like they put in a Lolo's in downtown Gilbert. I feel like that's how I got started talking about this. Maybe not.
I don't remember.
They put They put a bunch of good restaurants in downtown Gilbert, but like I said, it made it almost impossible to park and get around, and a bunch of hip style restaurants.
Really quick bathroom break while I right back.
What's that?
I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. Didn't get a chance to go before stream.
Phoenix was a town that when I would come through here earlier in life, I always thought, wow, that's a town I would never move to. And the reason for that is that it just felt kind of dead because it's so hot and brown in the summer, you know, everything's like stucco brown and not a lot of visual interest if you're not looking, right? Because if you're just driving through on the freeway, it's easy to miss all the beauty that Phoenix has because it has a lot. It has so many different types of I want to say land, but that's not a good way to say that. You know, environments here, right? You got the mountains within a couple hours in either direction, even closer if you're not trying to get to like Flagstaff. You've got some really neat stuff. Lakes. The desert can be absolutely beautiful if you give it a chance. We don't partake in it near enough. But there's a lot of neat stuff in just Arizona in particular. But unfortunately, at face value, driving along the major freeways going in and out of Arizona, it's like, yeah, it's just another city, and yeah, it's in the desert, and everything's hot and dead, and cactuses everywhere, cacti. When you get here, like, oh, it actually has some cool stuff. Do a quick hike, South Mountain, Camelback, grab a burrito, sit out like on a nice patio Mexican food restaurant. I think that, I mean, I'm sure there are places you can go where it's like, yeah, you shouldn't go there at all, or there's no good redeeming qualities of a town, but I feel like very rarely is that the case. There's always something cool. You just gotta maybe look a little harder for it. And that's the way I felt like Phoenix became. I knew really good people here, obviously met Jen here, and it's become home. But initially, I had to try real hard to figure out, like, okay, what are the redeeming qualities of Phoenix? All right, now we're going to make a jump. Now we're going to go to white, blue as our mix. That was with pale yellow. To get the interim color. El Tio Mike. Yep, it's from Journeyman Miniatures. It is the Death Knight. We sell it on monumenthobbies.com. Exclamation point store in chat. You can find it on the store if you're here in the States. Or if you're over in the EU or UK, you can go to journeymanminiatures.com. About 100 and, what is he? I think he's 90 millimeters, just under 100 millimeters. It's probably over 100 millimeters with his steps, but he's like 90 millimeters. Good size model. You know, always Space Marine for reference.
It's so much bigger than the Space Marine.
Yeah, he's a big dude. A big dude. Bigger than a Demon Prince. Great model, though. Tons of detail. It's a model that you first look at it, and I'm like, boy, I don't know if I want to do the non-metallic metal on the armor because of all of the overlaying panels and all the engraving. But I'm really glad that I did. Because it really just comes to life that way. And I think it would get really muddy doing metallics on it. Only because of all the detailing. The actual shine of light might dull it out. You want to spend some time on it with the metallics to get it right. Donger, thank you for the link.
Journeyman Miniatures makes some freaking awesome minis. Oregon was the Journeyman Miniatures model.
Yeah.
Painted that a little bit ago. Actually, oh wait, no, I actually have her here.
Thought she's in the photo booth.
Oh, she's been stolen.
Gabe done stole your model.
Gabe, how dare you? I know you're listening to the stream. How dare you?
But he stole my trash can.
I'm coming. Did you hear him?
That was amazing, by the way. We got this big Doppler effect of Gabe saying, "I'm coming."
Sounded like he was literally like running down the hallway.
I was.
Here, I'll pass the Shinobi over to.
I didn't ask for a model.
Well, we have Shinobi here. We also have the Morrigan. It's also one of the Journeyman Miniatures models that I painted in limited palette fashion for the April challenge. That is an incredible model. I actually really want to paint the 1/10 scale one now.
The big one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I really want to.
Insane, man.
Yeah, but I would do it in a very different scheme.
It's
I think I would use a lot of greens in that palette if I were to do it again. Yeah, this model is fantastic. Super fun to paint. Nobi is also one of the other models. Nobi. This was not painted by me. This is painted by Jason over the course of a couple of months. Great figure.
Shinobi is the best-selling model in the Journeyman lineup for us.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. Not gonna lie.
It's an amazing
This is
model.
like a fantastic amount of detail too. Like
so fun, yeah. The
detail's
just
not
kinda...
too much. It's overlaid really nicely. I particularly like this little detail right here.
The gold disc?
Yeah.
I have no idea what any of that is. it's
It's
stuff.
cool.
It's just stuff. She has a lot of stuff.
It's really cool.
A lot of do-dangly stuff on her.
And you want to snag her back. Her over there.
All right, now we have to take a jump. That leap of faith you have to do with non-metallic metal and go to your bright color. So we've been staying down in the realm of our initial Payne's Gray, adding in the pale yellow to get the first color that's right there, second color, third color, then into the fourth color with the white blue, and now just white blue by itself. Now, if you're painting quicker, you don't have to do as many blends before jumping to your bright color. You can get away with much fewer, like we are on our Blood Angels.
Wish.com non-metallic metal strat.
Yeah. When doing display models, the only real difference is that level of mixing that you do in between. They give you a little bit more mid-tone blend to set up before you come in and drop this bright contrast on there that gives the shine to the object. Then you can go back in and glaze the way that shine interacts with the rest of the surrounding material as you need to get the ultimate color you want. And this is just white blue. This isn't even anywhere near as bright as white, so we can go a lot brighter. This is where I like to kind of start with the brightest shine.
What's your go-to explanation for discolored skin on your hands when you work a normal daytime job? Not sure what you mean.
Wash your hands.
Yeah. If you got poop on your hands, wash your hands. Get the poop off.
But yeah, I mean, having acrylic paint can build up and be difficult to get rid of. So sometimes you have to figure out so I do this painting.
Yeah,
but it's only a little bit of paint.
It's only really bad when I like airbrush without gloves on, and that is a nightmare to clean. That is truly a nightmare.
Go see what's happening.
Oh, what's up, Gosu? How you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, it's funny. I'll go out to a restaurant, like if we were going out to dinner tonight, go out to a restaurant with this on your thumb, you know?
I had that happen when I went to Samurai one of the first times.
Yeah.
But I had like a bunch of red.
Oh, it's like, hey, what'd you do to yourself?
Yeah, they were like, "Are you bleeding?" And I was like, "What? No." And they were like, "On your thumb. What happened to your thumb?" And I was like, "Oh no, it's just paint. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine."
That was immediately when they were like, "Oh, you must work for that other guy that comes in with
That
paint
I think
all
that
over
was
himself."
exactly the conversation that happened. And I was like, "Why? Yes, I do." Why, yes, I do.
Blood Angel Heresy model. What? Now you're encroaching on my territory, Mr. Iron Hands. Or Iron Warriors. I keep wanting to think he's not a traitor, but Gosu is definitely a traitor.
Thank you for the follow, Migosh. Migosh? Migoshi? Migosh. I can read. I promise.
Lies.
Yes. But you're not supposed to tell them that.
Lies. Jordan was very honest when we hired him. He was like, okay, so I have this problem where me and words, not
I don't remember
so
disclosing
good.
that.
Not really so good.
I don't ever remember disclosing.
Jen and I kind of looked at each other during the interview and we were like, I guess that we can have him be okay without words. But
It seems nice enough.
seems like a nice enough fellow. He's very positive.
A little too positive sometimes.
Me gosh, what's going on? Yeah, I said Iron Hands, Gosu. You should be playing Iron Hands, filthy traitor.
I am excited for my game of Age of Sigmar tonight. It is going to be fun.
Only communicates through emojis. It's really hard, right? Because he basically has to walk a lot and go talk to people in their offices all day long. He just shows up and he goes, hey, I saw you sent me a message. Would you like to discuss that? And I'll go, yeah. And then he'll be like, oh, I didn't read it.
I need you to tell me what it means.
I need you to tell me again what it was that you said.
Yeah. I noticed that you sent me something.
I mean, this
don't
sounds
know
very
what
familiar.
it is.
This sounds like how I act around here, actually. That's kind of how I wander. If you see me wander around the office, people are like, I saw you. I'm like, I saw you sent me a message. Would you mind telling me what it is we need to talk about? Maybe it's me that can't read. Think about that. Am I the bad guy?
Nah, you're fine. Remember, you're never the bad guy. That's the rule. Number one rule of being a bad guy. You're never the bad guy.
You can never see it. Forest for the trees kind of thing?
Yeah.
Dang it.
You're always the good guy, never the bad guy. Never your fault. Everybody else is always at fault.
These things I know. But now you're just making me rethink my position. Like, I thought I was the good guy.
Chaos. Chaos. Wait. What was that? A little bit
That
of
was your
my
outside
chaos
voice.
out.
That was your outside voice, Jordan.
Hey, somebody likes us.
Grim Paint Studio. How's it going? Welcome. Thank you for the follow.
Jason's always the Richard. You hush.
Jason is always the bad guy.
I am not always the bad guy.
Shredded my resume for CFO and said no Midwesterners allowed. Wow. You do Richard like this?
What's that?
Richard said you shredded his resume for CFO and said no Midwesterners allowed.
Oh yeah, by far. Not even a question. His resume went straight to the shredder.
Seems like he's got good authority to be calling you the bad guy then.
Well, that's not how that works.
If you shredded it, it means you printed it out in the first place.
Oh. Dang it, that showed more effort than I meant to show. Sorry.
Yeah.
The whole time I was muttering, this'll show that guy. Freaking Midwesterner.
Hey, look, if you're going to do that thing, don't ever say that you printed it out. Just say that it wasn't the right fit, okay?
That freaking guy.
Midwesterner, not quite the right fit.
He said to apply again once you had a Slayer sword. I've never uttered those words.
Which words?
I ain't trying to hire Slayer sword winners.
Which words?
You can submit your resume again when you have a Slayer sword.
Then you just uttered the words.
Well, not in context. That's not how that works.
I got you.
That's not how that works. I know you are very proud of yourself right this minute, but that's not how that works.
I am proud of myself.
Not how that works.
I got you to utter the words.
It has to be in context for the reasons. I can say the words, it doesn't matter, right?
Hook, line, sinker.
Am I dealing with 3-year-olds here?
Hey, look, you hired me.
That's Jen's fault.
You kept me around.
That's Jen's fault.
Actually, that's not true. You already kicked me out once.
Did I kick you out?
The office over here. You kicked me down to the other office. You're
Oh,
like,
that's right.
I can't have this guy near me anymore. We gotta get rid of him.
That lasted all about a month, right?
Maybe a month and a half.
He lasted about a month in the office next to me. Had to get rid of that guy.
I was building up too much positive energy in the morning.
Oh my god. Sucking the life out of the place. Gotta have some negativity. Otherwise you don't know what positivity is.
Negativity is just slightly less positive.
It's just slightly it's positive light.
Yeah.
You're very positive around here.
Yes. I am a very
it's like
positive
it's very hard to
person.
deal with sometimes. Very hard to deal with sometimes.
I mean, look at this way. You and Jen have created such a good environment around here. It's hard to not be positive and upbeat. Very difficult.
He's saying nice things, Chad. Make him stop. Mo, what's happening, man? Get that positivity out of here.
Positivity breeds positivity. What can I say?
Trying to blame it on us, Jen.
Yeah, get that positivity out of here, baby J. Go, Sue, you know you want to taste this medicine. Double dose of positivity for you. How's it going, Mo? You're having a great day. We are having a delightful stream so far. Plus or minus a couple of doses of positivity. Seems like people are not so much a fan of positivity around here. Which, doesn't make sense to me. But, that's fine. People are entitled to their wrong opinions.
So I feel like it has to be interjected, right? That, like, you look at the source of the positivity, it's coming from a complete heretic. So it's a little scary. It takes a little bit of time for us to get used to it.
Hold on now.
You're a heretic.
I mean, only sometimes.
No, it's not a sometimes. You have to claim a side.
Hey.
Right? Like I sent you that thing this morning for the heresy deal, and I know already what you're gonna do.
It was pretty cool. I haven't gotten a chance to like look at it, but I'm very interested.
Yeah, you should look at it tonight. I think they're filling up already.
Yeah, I put a submission in to like get access to the page. So by chance.
You have it. I gave it to you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
The best part is, I already have like a painted big bad and everything. We can be so narrative about this.
Yeah, you can't take named characters.
Oh, that's a bummer.
At the first one, because it's only 2,000 points, so it's a small deal.
Okay. Sure.
So it's 2,000 points, no named characters. I think we won't be able to do the first one, so you'll have to ask Kyle because Gen Con.
Oh, it's at Gen Con?
Yeah. Although I'm not sure if you're going to Gen Con, are you? I don't know if you are.
Me?
I don't know if you are. I think you're going to Nova.
Am I not going to Gen Con?
I don't know. I don't know that we've had that conversation yet.
But we haven't.
We have Mateo Well, we have Mateo painting at Gen Con, so that all happened prior to you coming on board, so we got to think about that. Not a conversation for right now, but
yeah,
we got to figure all that out.
Yeah, I kind of just figured I'd be painting and talking to people.
Because Mateo's in the booth. But I have no idea if he'll actually stand there and paint.
We can figure that out later.
It's going to be hard to figure out how to, and because Gen Con wouldn't give us any more space. Ugh. The toughest thing about Gen Con is going to be figuring out how to get all the stuff.
Which stuff?
In the booth.
Oh, yeah.
Because we got to do minis for the first time at a show at Gen Con. Where we don't have the extra footage. You know, because we had the 20 extra foot at Adepticon.
Oh, we have less space than we had.
Oh, we only have 20 foot. Yeah, Gen Con is not.
Oh, what the heck?
Gen Con is not easy, dude. Gen Con is like, no, you haven't been here long enough. You don't get any extras. Gen Con is a very exclusive, like, club mentality. True. Alone for a minute. Richard says, I thought you had me painting in the booth. We literally never talked about that. I want to make something clear here. Gen Con is every day here at the office. When you spell it with a J. Speaking of the lovely Jen, there she is.
Hi, Jen.
I need to make a wash. What was in this cup? Varnish? Oh, that's varnish. You weren't here the other day. We showed off the new varnishes.
Pretty rad.
Want to see the toughness of the varnishes? Here's the matte pulled out of the bottom of the cup there. I can use that cup. I should probably throw that cup away. I have just a quick dry brushed mini, but give you the idea of how the gloss varnish looks, how even it coats. Process. This is just some eBay model. We've got the gloss varnish you can see on the blade there on the straight of the blade. Gives you a really nice, consistent gloss. So I glossed the whole model, and then I hit it with a single coat of our matte, and this knocked all the gloss down. You can probably still see a little bit of the gloss like up in the corner there. But you can see what a good job the matte did at knocking the gloss completely out. One coat through the airbrush. So good heavy duty varnishes that'll be great for using in the middle of a project as well as at the end. For protection. What? I think I just want black wash right here. If it ain't in the store, it ain't real. I mean, it isn't in the store, but I shot it live on stream, Mo.
It's real.
Rich, it's funny, right? Because we've always like wanted to have like, you know, guest painters in the booth and things like that at shows, but it's always very tough because nobody wants to commit to a schedule. Artists are tough like that.
They're usually teaching classes. They got to pay for their
there's
trip.
a lot of that going on. But even if you say you'll pay for it, you know,
that's true.
like we've been like, hey, we'll pay for your trip. Just come hang out in the booth and paint. And it's still hard to get lockdowns on it. So
you know what
I get it. I understand.
The benefit is you got somebody on staff. You can just be like, go paint.
Well, that's why we brought you around. That's why we have you here.
I know. Worked great at Adepticon. I had a blast at
it. Color in this, maybe. Play without.
You're a good show. Have we been to Gen Con before?
Yeah.
Okay. How many years have we been?
This will be year 2 since they've given us our go-ahead to be there. It took quite a while to get accepted.
It is a bit of a mess. There's a lot of people trying to get in.
Well, yeah, they have a lot of people trying to get in, and it's not exclusively our industry, right? So our, you know, however big we are in our industry matters nothing. They're a good group. It's just very difficult. The entry requirements are no joke. But once you're in, then you're in the tenure game, and it's all about what you do every year and all of that. So,
Yep.
all right. That worked really well. Back over it with a little bit of water. Load it on the brush. Sap some of that wash off of our shiny side. Using the brush to take paint off right here, right? And just every time I hit it on the model, wipe it on my thumb, back over. The wash stays workable longer than a normal paint. I can move it around longer. Give me very neat, dirty metal feel to that cup real quick. I like it. While I screw around having fun at the cons. Is that how that works, Baby J?
Huh?
You
Jason,
said that
isn't that the one?
the only reason I hired you was so that you could be standing around paint while I'm off goofing off having fun.
Yes.
Is that the way that worked?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
But your idea of goofing off and having fun is having business meetings with people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how that works. Jason goes off and does important and fun business things. And I talk to people at the booth and get them excited about Acryl. Answer their questions about how and why we all of us, are using transparent paint.
Glory of the transparency.
The glory of transparency. The proof is in the pudding. You put it in there. Pudding's got the answers. All of life's questions. All right, almost got all this gold base coated on these guys. A lot of gold. Got this guy, 2 more. And then we're at washes and final detailing and then done stages of this little project.
Oh, you're almost there?
Yeah.
Is that all the dudes? You haven't painted all your skinks.
Oh, well, I mean, this small project.
Oh, okay, gotcha. The subset
of
what you're doing.
Yes.
Gotcha.
This is by no means all of the models. In fact, I built another 10 Source Guard and another Bastillodon last night.
Wow.
Yeah. But to be fair, I painted the Bastillodon in like a day and a half, so I can't imagine that this new one will take much longer.
Richard's like, I'll commit to painting in the booth right now. Now you gotta fight Baby J. You gotta, like, Jello wrestle Baby J.
So I will win that Jello Wrestle competition.
There you go, gauntlet thrown. I'm working this while the wash is still wet in the indentions so that I'm wet blending this highlight color. That way I don't have to blend a whole lot. Our washes are amazing for their property of being able to mix with our normal paints. And so being able to wet blend my highlight back into the wash helps tremendously for finding those mid-tones after you've applied the wash over brightness like we have here. It'll help muddy down the highlight color where you have the wash still in the background thicker down here where it pooled up. Get a more grayed out color, which is good since I'm dealing with black wash here. Gives me instant midtones.
I'm so surprised that they didn't make this a dual kit with the guard.
With the source guard?
Yeah. They just didn't update the source guard. Just so
Oh, really?
odd.
Those models aren't new at all?
No, these models are new. But these are not source guard. These are just source warriors.
No, I know, but like you said, it feels like that would make perfect sense, right?
100% it would. Yeah, absolutely.
Surprised.
And they look way better than the source guard.
Yeah, they're awesome models.
I mean, the source guard are like not terrible models, but
They're a little dated.
they are definitely dated. And they're built to be rank and file, so they're like very much
Very in their space.
yeah
Because they're still the square base
Yep.
mentality.
Yeah, those Croxagores look sweet. I'm gonna be getting a chunk of stuff from that release this weekend, I think. That's the plan.
Now, the Croxagores are the heavy guys, right?
Yeah.
Big dudes.
Yeah, they're the big, bulky, like, heavy wound guys that are... Yeah, they're good. They're cool. They look great. I'm going to get a couple units of the Agrodons, or the Saurus Warriors riding Velociraptors, basically. Pretty cool. So the Stegodons already exist. They didn't make new models for Stegodons. But the new rules for the Stegodons are like not quite as exciting. I think the Bastillodons are generally just better in almost every way, which is fine by me because I think the models are cooler. Well, I don't know. Those Stegodon models are pretty sweet. But it's hard to like look at the profile for the Stegodon and then look at the profile for the Bastillodon and have solid reasons for taking the Stegodon over the Bastillodon.
Alright. Silver Cup. Done well enough to...
Silver Cup.
Good enough for government work. Till we get more of the skin tone for his hand that's holding it.
Yeah, have you done any of the skin on this guy yet?
I mean, I based it and brought it up to kind of a very pale greenish gray
Yeah.
to give me a starting point so that I could paint all the armor around it and not have to go in and base coat it again around all this other stuff. But no, he doesn't have a lot, but you know, like the fingers, I've done this faded green, dark camo green, faded green.
Yeah. I see it now.
But I need to figure out what the ultimate coloring is. I think I want to go with more of a grayish flesh. He has very, very taut skin pulled up, even though his face is bony. There's no bones, right? Everything is skin shriveled up across the bones themselves. You know, even back here, it is sculpted as if there's still skin stretched across the bones, and it just kind of wrinkles at the point where it all comes together. Here, there's like some tendon around the elbow, so... But I think I'm going to paint it as if it's all just, you know, you can imagine like freeze-dried skin, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's just all vacuum sucked into the bone, you know, because all the muscle is atrophied
all the blood's
and dead.
gone.
So there's no muscle, but there's all sorts of of skin still left on it, rather than trying to pick out bone, because that would make they're little bitty areas, and it would make them very busy if I tried to treat them like there's stuff poking out, like bone poking out, and you know, maybe old veins and arteries and stuff. So I'm just going to do it as if you put him in a vacuum chamber and sucked his skin down close to the bone. We'll paint it all like mummies, right? Treat it like a mummy. When you find the mummy, it's all looks like bone, but it's still all brownish gray.
Yep.
You know, depending on how they wrapped it and all that stuff. So I think that's my goal.
I think doing some like gray purples would be kind of cool too.
Yeah, I can't really do like that King Tut brown.
They would just blend too much with the armor.
Because it looks like the leather.
Well, yeah, a little bit of both, right?
So I'm going to do kind of the grayish, you know, cartoony undead feel. But today we got a really good start on the leather.
So shiny. Cliff Jumper 6. Is Monument based out of Arizona? It most certainly is. We are out of Phoenix.
There, lovely Phoenix. Central Phoenix.
I agree. It is awesome. Great place to have an office. Especially considering my apartment is very close.
I was going to say, you have great incentive for saying that.
I do.
He lives the closest to the office. If he's 3 minutes away, I'd be surprised.
It's less than that. It takes me 5 minutes to walk from my door into my car, drive all the way down the parking garage.
He could walk quicker than he could drive.
And then arrive at
Cliff
the
Jumper,
office.
that's awesome. Local to AZ, nice. Yeah, he doesn't have the excuse of bad traffic.
No.
Jordan can never, he just wrote that excuse off.
Yeah.
Like, he could literally walk here quicker than he could drive here. Because he could take the elevator and not have to drive around the parking garage from the...
No elevators.
What?
No elevators in the complex.
Oh, that's right. It was all stairs, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's why moving into the apartment sucked.
Oh, you had to drive up there. It wasn't that bad. You had to drive up to the top.
Initially it was like horrifying because we were like, well, how do we get up 3 flights of stairs?
After the probation time is over, he can move further away? No. Don't give him any ideas. Richard, you're fired.
I'm not going anywhere. Kidding me? This is like the cushiest drive to and from. Look,
yeah, I was gonna say, you'd have to be a fool to want to move any further away.
I'm not going anywhere
unless there was just something super important wherever it was you were looking. I don't know. Like it's pretty good here, and the place he plays cards is right down the street. There's a lot of
it is
of great perks. Real
incredibly convenient. Like ridiculously convenient.
Bill Robertson, what is going on? You show up right at the end, man. Bill, we're about to call it quits.
Nope. It is that time of day.
Much as we wish we could always stream late, can't always stream late.
No, lots of stuff to do. Lots of stuff to do. Sometimes, oftentimes even, not a problem. Sometimes. We gotta do work stuff.
Jen's already coming in with the links. So we will start wrapping it up.
Jen's like, TikTok, gentlemen. Yeah. It's 2:06, like, time to be done.
Time to be done. As always, gang, thank you so much for hanging out with us, watching some paint dry. We've had a blast, as always, on this wonderful Wednesday.
Make sure to check out the store if you guys want to pick up any of the awesome products that we've been using here today or during any of the streams. Jen has graciously linked the monumenthobbies.com for you guys. Also, don't forget, we have a incredibly active Discord full of a bunch of amazing artists who love to share both their knowledge and pictures of their pretty models on our Discord. So check that out and come hang out with us. And don't forget, we stream 5 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
No way. We stream 5 days a week?
Well, this week, technically, it's well, Monday was like a holiday or something. I don't know.
No way.
But we stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 12 to 2, like today. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we stream from 2 to 5.
That's a lot.
A lot of streaming.
It's a lot of streaming. That's a lot of having to put up with us, too.
Yeah. It's a lot of him having to put up with me.
I wonder who the real hero is here. I dread to say that chat's the real heroes, but...
We need to make cuts to the Discord. I'm not getting notifications anymore.
Kind of does that. What's that?
Him saying we need to make cuts to the Discord. I'm not getting notifications anymore.
Cuts to the Discord? What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Turn your notifications off?
Creepy, we got the Sons of Horror stuff still. I'm working on finishing up this army before I move back to another project.
Bill Robertson says, you guys work hard enough to get a extra 2 days off, Saturday and Sunday.
Yep.
That's not how that works either. I'm generally here one of those 2 days.
Yes.
If not both. Lately, I've been taking one of them off.
That's good.
And this week, when we were here on Saturday, I did do some work while you guys were playing your game.
That's true. Yeah.
I was going to say I didn't work on Saturday, but I did.
You didn't work for very much.
I did. Well, however long it took you to play your game.
I guess I did play 2 games. Although I think you left before we finished our last game.
Bill, good to see you. Thanks for hopping in for just a second. Again, Jordan over there banging out LEEEEZARDS.
Banging out the LEEEEZARDS.
I am here plowing slowly through the Death Knight from Journeyman Miniatures. A wonderful model. Having a ton of fun doing all of this. Detail work today. We worked on the leather surcoat and the silver goblet. And I think tomorrow we'll get embedded in on the cloak. That's the next big thing. Cloak and hair. Might start in on the hair and the cloak. That'll give us the basis for the entire model so that we can start finishing out the detailing. Again, available over on the store link that Jen put up in there, ! Store. You can go buy all of your wonderful Journeyman Miniatures needs straight from us, so you don't have to wait for shipping from Europe.
Yep.
Save yourself some money, get some cool models, throw some Pro Acryl paint on them, and enjoy your life. That's how ultimate enjoyment occurs.
Yes.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
No arguing it.
Yep.
As Jordan said, thanks for hanging out with us. Love your faces. Don't go change it. Stick around. We're going to find somebody to raid, so show some love in the chat we wind up in. And 5 chances to catch up with us. The next one starts tomorrow at 2. We'd love to see you back here then. Have a wonderful evening. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Goodbye,
Adios.
Gracie.